Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here on 10 TV Plus for our 10 Weather Impact Show. I'm meteorologist Aaron White.
And I'm Breana Albizu. This is my second show.
Yeah,
so I feel
welcome.
Like I'm getting the reps in,
Yeah.
guys. So it's been really fun. I've enjoyed it with Michael on Friday,
Yep.
and I'm with you today for the first time. So
Yeah,
I'm
and we're
really
going to have some
excited
fun
to be
here today, talking about some nice weather, actually.
Oh my gosh, just in time for Memorial Day. It's been beautiful. I think like all of us, we were out, over the weekend, and
Yep.
it got cold.
A little
the
bit,
sun
yeah.
kind of disappeared on us, got a little cloudy. We're like, what's going on? So I think it's a different story today, right?
Yeah, back to the sunshine here
good.
today, which is definitely some good news. And when I was leaving this morning, it was interesting. I wasn't really thinking about it because the's no one on the roads.
Yeah.
And I was just like turning
the
and I'm
best?
like, where is everyone? But yeah, it's
Yeah.
Memorial Day, of course. So.
It's interesting because, like, of course, being in news, you're like, okay, we got to work, holidays and stuff like that. But then when you're out the door, you're like, oh, this isn't that bad because
Yeah,
there's no one on the
no
road.
traffic,
So,
yeah.
not bad of a commute.
Yeah, but people are going to be outside enjoying some time with their family and friends here
Yes.
today. And thankfully, it's a sunny one. We got
Yes.
some sunshine out there. Temperatures are starting to warm up here as well. So we're making progress
All
as we
right.
talk about our 10 weather impact forecast. Going through today, a lot of sunshine. There will be a few clouds scattered around, but really nothing to worry about as our temperatures get up into the lower 70s. Later on this afternoon, around 4 p.m. should be about our high for today. Before we talk about rain, it's back in the forecast, unfortunately, here for tomorrow, and it's going to stick around even into our Wednesday. And we're talking about potential for some decent rainfall amounts, especially south of Interstate 70. And then we finally dry out and we start to warm back up as we look ahead to next weekend as we get highs back into the 70s. And eventually, as we go into June, looks like we might actually get some 80s back in the forecast as well. But as we talk about grilling forecast for everyone, getting a hamburger or hot dog on the grill later this afternoon, temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So really looking at ideal conditions here for today. Now on satellite and radar, not a lot happening locally. We have a few clouds scattered across Ohio, more cloud cover to our south and west, and our system that's going to bring the rain, that is well to our south and west here into Arkansas. Seeing a lot of thunderstorms down into Louisiana, but it's going to be this rain right in there. That's going to spread to the north and east and eventually move into Ohio here as we go into tomorrow. And some of it's going to stick around even into our Wednesday. So let's go through that here on the hour-by-hour forecast for the rest of today. Here we are just after 3 p.m. Not much to track. We got clear skies, a lot of sunshine, a few clouds passing through. More clouds starting to move in as we get towards sunset and especially after sunset here for tonight as we get the clouds overspreading the area. So by tomorrow morning here 7 a.m. as you're heading out the door back to work, we got a lot of cloud cover and then the rain does start to move in closer to lunchtime. We got some rain here across areas south of I-70. That rain continues to build to the north and east and may become a little bit scattered by the evening hours, but then another batch of rain coming in here for Tuesday night into Wednesday before we see more scattered activity and then all of that kicking out of here for the end of the day Wednesday, and drier conditions are in the forecast as we look ahead to the end of the week and especially as we go into next weekend. But as we talk about rainfall amounts, like I said, could be pretty decent for some areas, especially south of I-70 where we have potential rainfall amounts over 1 inch, and I think a good bet for at least 1/4 to 1/2 inch from all of central Ohio, but some heavier amounts not out of the question, especially if we see a few thunderstorms. Now, we're not talking about any severe weather with this, but a few rumbles of thunder, not out of the question here for tomorrow into Wednesday. But today, not have to worry about that. It's going to be a nice one. Mostly sunny skies, high temperature right around 71 here this afternoon. And then for tonight, clouds overspread the area. We get down to 54 degrees, so not as cold as it has been during those overnight hours. We've been down into the 40s. Actually, Sunday morning, a few places dipping into the 30s, so none of that. We're done with that for a while, but we are going to be down to 54 degrees here tonight. 67 for tomorrow with rain likely. More rain showers, maybe a few thunderstorms going into Wednesday. High temperature around 72 degrees. And then as we wrap up the work week here by Thursday and Friday, looking really nice. We got mid 70s in the forecast. And as we get into next weekend, we're talking about mid to upper 70s. And I wouldn't be surprised after the 7-day forecast that we're going to start to talk about more 80s.
Ooh.
More summer-like weather. Now, there might be some humidity with that, but hey, we're getting almost into June now. It's time for some warmer temperatures.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll take the 80. If it comes to humidity, I'll take it.
Yeah,
It is
well,
what it is.
it's just like after all these days where, especially like tomorrow's not going to be too bad with the temperatures into the upper 60s,
Yeah.
but like last week, Thursday, when we had clouds, rain, and it was
so
only in
cold.
the 50s.
Yeah, I was like,
it's like this isn't like late May.
I was like, are we kicking off summer?
Yeah.
Are we
So I was
sure?
like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But hey, at least we're making progress. And even today, it's going to be some pretty nice weather for people
Yeah.
that want to maybe spend some time outside, fire up the grill.
Yeah,
enjoy
exactly.
that.
I saw that you had a grilling forecast. I do have to mention, we had, I don't know if you saw,
I
it had
saw
our
the names.
names.
Yeah,
I don't
did
know
see
if
that.
you even knew
Yep.
the kind of the story behind it, but basically we like to have fun on the morning
Yeah,
show,
of
right?
course,
And
you
so
got to.
Meredith made that graphic, and she ended up putting, that's why we had our names, Breana, Jay, and Bryn, who's filling in for Tracy Townsend today.
Claiming your hot dogs.
Yeah, we were claiming our hot dogs. So when you saw our names on here, that's why. You're like, what's going on
Yeah,
here? So
that's good.
and it's funny, Jay's in the middle. He's like, that's his veggie dog. So it
Okay,
was just,
okay.
we were
Yeah.
making it personal today.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, firing up the grill is definitely going to be a huge thing going on right now. You want to make sure, of course, you're doing it safely too. The National Fire Protection Association says gas grills are involved in more than 9,000 home fires every year. So to keep your family safe, make sure your grill is in a proper spot, at least 3 feet away from your home or any deck railings. Never leave your grill unattended. And when using it, make sure you have a fire extinguisher nearby. That is one of the biggest things there. So just, again, we want to have some good food this weekend, this holiday, but make sure you're just doing it safely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know a lot of people are grilling and stuff, enjoying some time outside, but yeah, safety is very important, especially because it happens every year.
Yeah.
There's situations where, fires happen,
Yeah.
and unfortunately they can get out of control, so just do it safely, and that way you can enjoy your time with your family and friends.
Exactly. We want it to do it safely.
Yeah, and as we talk about Memorial Day, it is Memorial Day here
Yes.
today. Let's talk about some stats, some
right.
fun weather stats here
Ooh.
for Memorial Day as we talk about the hottest Memorial Day on record in Columbus was 95.
Whoa.
A little toasty, that's way back in 1895. What's funny is 1895, so the year before that, it was actually the coldest Memorial Day, 1894. It was only 53 degrees for a high temperature, so...
What was going on
imagine
those
people
2
back
years?
then, yeah, it's like, oh, this is a wild swing from last year to this year.
Wow.
But the rainiest one was back in 1991, so a little bit more recent, with just over close to 1.5 inches of rainfall back then. So some pretty fun stats, but yeah, we don't have anything close to that. I would say we're average, normal
Yeah.
Memorial Day, low 70s, sunshine. So really not too bad.
I think now when you hear those stats, you're like, today's not bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a lot. We could
Yeah.
get rain. It could be colder. It could be
hot.
really hot.
Yeah,
95
humidity.
is a lot. That's like Florida weather.
And I'm sure there was a lot of humidity with that too. So it probably felt like it was mid to upper 90s.
I'll take today.
Don't have to worry about that. I mean, today's perfect. Low
Yeah.
humidity, light winds, sunshine, 71. Couldn't ask for a better day.
I mean, we're talking about grill, pool day too.
Yeah.
All the above
Yeah,
you can
all
do
the good
today.
things.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, kind of going a little bit, turning to a different point here. We're talking about a new dwarf planet. Have you seen this?
Yeah,
It's
very interesting.
We wanted you to take a look at this right here. Scientists say they have discovered a new dwarf planet at the edge of our solar system. They call it 2017 OF201.
Quite the name.
Yeah, I know. It's unique, you
Yes.
could say, right? Researchers say it is large enough to rival the size of Pluto and is one of the most distant visible objects in the entire solar system there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They do need to work on the name.
Yeah, I'm
Hopefully
sure,
they can get one
yeah,
soon.
come up with something clever for that. And I know talk about Pluto because now that is also a dwarf planet. There was
Yeah.
that whole debate about whether
Right.
Pluto is still a
Yeah, I
planet,
remember
but
that.
it's the dwarf planet now. And so now finding another one that's similar in size out there, pretty cool that they're discovering stuff like that.
Planet. It is a planet.
Yeah, and something a lot farther away. For the first time, astronomers say they have spotted a deep space battle between two galaxies, and they call it a cosmic joust. When two galaxies are merging into one larger galaxy, this actually happened 11 billion light years away from Earth, so really far away. Researchers say it's possible that the two galaxies have already merged by now, but there's no way to be for sure.
A joust. I like
Yeah,
that
cosmic
too.
joust.
I like that.
Yeah,
It gives
kinda
you
cool.
like the medieval, I guess, feel of
Sure.
a joust,
Yeah.
and then kind of the cosmic feel. So.
Yeah, and something interesting about that. So I've watched some videos on space and stuff, and they're predicting that in like 3.5 billion years, so a long time from now, that the Milky Way galaxy, the one we're in, and the closest one, the Andromeda galaxy, are going to do the same thing.
Really?
They're actually, Andromeda galaxy's kind of coming towards us,
Yeah.
and they're going to merge at some point.
Ooh,
But
okay.
long time
3
from
billion
now,
years
3
away.
billion years from now, yeah.
I don't think we're going to be here.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
but still kind of cool to think
Yeah.
about, the predictions
Just
that they
know.
can make and
Heads
all
up
that
there.
stuff. Yeah. And finally today, let's check out some fun weather videos. No, not so much fun. This one's very interesting though. This is actually in Hawaii. The Kilauea volcano spewed some more lava more than 1,000 feet into the sky. And the USGS said that the latest episode began around 4:15 over the weekend, yesterday. And yeah, just a lot of lava coming out there. Now this one erupts all the time, so it's not unusual to see that, but hey, it's still pretty cool to see that on video. Just so much lava with those volcanoes. And I mean, we know Hawaii, very active. There's a lot of volcanoes that kind of made the Hawaiian Islands.
Right.
But still seeing that is just very dramatic.
I know. And I guess it's a good reminder, too, like how beautiful the island is. It's great, but there are volcanoes, and you just have to be very careful. They can spout at any time. So,
yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
And also another video that we want to talk about here. This is from the Arizona Department of Forestry. This video actually coming out of Arizona where they're trying to get a handle on a couple of wildfires that were developing over the weekend. Now fire management said that this was 2 separate fires being worked on as one incident, and around 50 personnel were assigned to the fire, still being worked on to get full suppression, and thankfully no structures were threatened, and they have not reported any injuries. Good. But the cause of fire is still under investigation here at this time, and they also said no storms were in the area. So very interesting to see how large that fire became. I know it does happen out there in Arizona, parts of New Mexico, Colorado, even closer to home. But thankfully, hopefully they'll get a handle on it here this week.
Yeah, I feel like it's not common, as you mentioned, kind of in the Southwest area.
Yeah.
I just came from New Mexico,
Yes.
so we had our fair of wildfires. I also didn't know going in 3 years ago that it would just blow up like that. We actually had, I think it was 2 years ago, one of our craziest seasons for wildfires, and it just devastated so many parts of the state. I mean, so that was something new that I had to cover, and it definitely was some long days, especially working in news. So it can be scary out there. We obviously know it's very dry out there, hardly any rain, so you have to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing is not having rain and just the dry conditions. So once that fire starts, I mean, they spread so quickly, especially when you get those winds whipping up there, which does happen a lot out in New Mexico, Colorado, and even, of course, in Arizona. So, like I said, hopefully they'll get a handle on the fire and not have to worry about it here for the rest of the week.
Yeah, we're hoping for the best for them.
Yeah, so that's a look at our Weather Impact Show here for today. We'll have another one coming up here tomorrow, so that's it for us here today on your Memorial Day. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be in later on this afternoon with the latest forecast. So until then, you can catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.
Bye.